Hi, I'm Connor, and this is my tutorial on Bhaskara's Pythagorean Theorem proof. Bhaskara was a successful mathematician and astronomer. He was born in India and lived from 1114 to 1185. He has been called the greatest mathematician of medieval India. There is no information, though, on how he came up with his proof. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start the tutorial with a square, and I'm going to tilt the square a little bit because it makes it easier. Okay, since this is a square, we know that all these angles have to be 90 degrees. Show that. Then I'm going to label these side lengths of the square, going to label them C. In the next step, I am going to make a line just straight down right here, make one straight across right here, another one straight up, and another one straight across. Okay, and now, since this line and this line are perpendicular to each other, we know that this is 90 degrees. These two are perpendicular, so we know that this is 90 degrees. Same with this line and this line, they're perpendicular, so this has to be 90 degrees. And this one, they are perpendicular too, so it has to be 90 degrees. Okay, now we have a big square with side length C. We have 4 right triangles, and then we have this hole in the middle. It's a square, and I know it's a square because these, and these two angles, all those angles are supplementary. So if this angle is 90 degrees, this has to be 90 degrees. Same with this one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one. So I have a big square, 4 right triangles, and a smaller square. Okay. We already know that the length of this is C. So now I'm just gonna show you the other lengths. I'm gonna have this length, this one. These are all equal to each other, all congruent, all the blue lengths that I'm highlighting right now. I'm going to have all those are going to be labeled as B. Okay? And then I'm going to have these ones, so that I'm highlighting in pink now. These ones are going to be A. Okay, these are all going to be A. So I think you can kind of get the picture of what we're getting at. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We have A right here, B right here, and then C right here. So we've got to prove that A squared and B squared, these two, equal C squared. Okay? The next step in doing that is I'm just going to make first we have to find the other angles of these triangles. So we know that this is 90 degrees, so I'm just going to have these angles. These are going to be X. Okay? X. 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 The last one. Then since this is 90 degrees and this angle is X, that means this angle has to be 90 minus X because they're complementary. So it's got to be 90 minus x. (90 minus x) Okay, everything we're going to need right here. We're going to make a copy of this square. So I always want to, it's going to be the original. I want to make sure we have that. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this triangle right here and I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to put it, first of all I'm going to get rid of the C because it doesn't need to be there. Then I'm going to put this triangle over here. See how it fits in nicely there. Then I'm just going to make it's a bit clearer because it got a bit faded when I cut it off. Okay, and now going to do the same with this triangle. First I gotta delete that C. Okay, I'm going to cut this triangle off. Then I'm going to move it over here. And again, I'm just gonna make a bit clearer here. Okay, so as you see now we have a totally different shape. Oops, and it looks like a bit of a escaped line there. Erase that and put it back over here where it belongs. Okay, so as you see we have a different shape. It's still the same area though. This and this are the same area. I just flipped a couple triangles around. Okay, now we're going to look at these angles to make sure we know that these two are rectangles and that this is a square because we flipped it around. Okay, if we look at this angle, it's 90 minus x and 90 minus x plus x equals 90 degrees. Same with this one, 90 minus x plus x, that's 90 degrees, so this is a rectangle. 90 minus x plus x is 90, 90 minus x plus x is 90, and these two are supplementary, so it looks like we have two rectangles and a square right here. We know that, we made sure of it. Now we're going to look at this bottom line down here. Okay, looks like this we know is length B because the triangle we took it from is right here. As we discussed earlier, that is B. Just moved it down here so it's still B. And this one, we know this one is A because we took it from here. And this we know is A. So this whole length right here is B plus A. Okay? And then we know this is A because it's A over here and it's still the same length right here. So we know that this is A. So that means if we take and draw a line straight down here, that would be also A because it would be congruent to this line segment, which we know is A. And that would give us a square right here that is all A. So we have right now, this is A, and this is A. Okay, and now since we know that this whole line segment is A plus B, that means that since this is A, this has to be B. So we're going to show that this is B. Okay, it's kind of an ugly B, but you guys get it. And this line right here, this is also B. We know that because we took it from right here. And over here, we know that this whole line segment is B, so it's still B over here. So if you look now, we have this square right here. This square is B times B, okay, which is B squared. So the area of this is B squared, okay, and then A times A is A squared. So the area of this is A squared. So we have A squared plus B squared. And then we also know that since we just flipped the triangles around from this, and the area of this is C by C, which is C squared, we know that this whole thing equals C squared. So that means that this A squared square plus B squared, this square, equals C squared. And that is the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, so that is proof that the Pythagorean theorem works. Okay, now these are all the resources I used for this video. This first website here, this is where I got Bhaskara's proof. I just looked up Pythagorean proofs and his looked interesting, so I chose that one. And these other two I used to learn more about the proof itself and the math in the proof. And then these last two I used to learn about Bhaskara and kind of his background a little bit. And yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful, and goodbye.